Hi, good evening, and welcome to Merge Minis. We want to invite you to like the video, share the video, comment, and subscribe. We want to know what you think about this upcoming topic. It's a spicy, steamy one. Jaden, tell us what it is.
Yeah, we're going to deal with the topic tonight, Karina, why Hollywood marriages do not last. And to get right into it, I saw some news this week, Karina, about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck having a divorce. Now, first of all, I thought that they were married twice, but Karina...
Well, they were married. They had two ceremonies.
What?
Yeah, they had two ceremonies in the year that they were officially married, but I think you had some misconception about some time before. You thought they were married before?
Yes, I did. Anyway, it's difficult, as if you're like me, it's very difficult sometimes to keep track of who's married when in Hollywood, when marriages seem not to last very long. So what's the scoop on JLo and Ben Affleck?
Well, actually, JLo and Ben Affleck, they were engaged sometime about 17 years ago or so, right? And
I remember those days. JLo was a thing. By the way, if you're under 25 or 20 and you hear us talking about JLo, she may not be a thing as she was back in our days, but she was...
Yeah, she was a hot number.
Yeah, I remember she and Ja Rule sang a song and that was ringing in my mind, in my ears when I got into Form 1.
Yes, yeah. Wow, we are definitely showing our age here. But the scoop is Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck was engaged about 17 years ago. They called off the engagement, and then a couple marriages later, right? And divorces later, Jennifer Lopez then rekindled and got re-engaged with Ben Affleck. They got married in 2022, I believe, and then they called it quits this year, actually on their second anniversary. I think she would have filed for divorce.
That's just in August there.
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. First of all, we could have a whole segment just on the topic of breaking up with somebody, marrying several other people, and then coming back to marry that individual. The question, would you marry that individual? Let's say somebody broke up for an engagement with you, went and got married a couple of times and come back. Would you still get married? That's a question. But really and truly, Jennifer Lopez we're not picking on her this evening. No. She isn't the only one in Hollywood that has this type of phenomenon as it pertains to marriage. We have persons like the more contemporary Kim Kardashian, who had several marriages, Kanye West, plenty others. And I remember she had one that lasted 72 days.
72 days, wow.
Yeah, 72 days.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah. That's really crazy. And the question is, it begs the question, why do Hollywood marriages don't last?
You nearly said, why do horrible marriages? Yeah, Hollywood marriages.
Why do Hollywood marriages don't last? Karina, what's your take?
My take is, sometimes I think Hollywood is just that. Hollywood, where the stars and the acting and all of these things happen, sometimes persons get married for the wrong reasons, for a show, for a front. Two popular stars, they get married for the tabloids, probably to generate some sort of frenzy, and they could thereby make money off of it, and the entertainment houses go crazy. So basically, I think they don't last because the principle on which that they get married is not the principle upon which you should get married for, which is that of love and what God would have ordained, that covenant relationship that marriage is supposed to be. I think they are like worlds away.
Right, I agree with you. Some people recently, there's this couple that you and that Karina and we sometimes look at on Facebook and on YouTube, Rissa and Kwan.
Oh, Rissa and Kwan, yeah.
Rissa and Kwan, and they recently had an episode or episodes where they spoke about that they were having difficulty in their marriage, and they were like on the brink of calling it quits and stuff. And
I don't even think I'm married though.
Well, not the marriage, sorry, the relationship. And they were basically talking about the hardships, and it got a lot of views, it got a lot of attention. And some of their fans actually was claiming that it wasn't true because they made back up in the end. And so
So it was like a stunt.
it was like a stunt for publicity to keep relevant and to keep, to keep on top of the charts, on top of the listings, on top of the algorithms. And so whether it is true or not, we don't know. But the reality of it is that plenty of people pulled stunts to make themselves popular. I mean, if we wanted to go viral right now, all I have to do is kill some, as they say in Trinidad, couture. You understand, about our married life or that kind of thing. And definitely, I mean, viral, yeah. Bad news goes around the world, right, very quickly.
Yeah.
So I like how you angled into the question. Their concept in Hollywood of marriage is worlds apart from what marriage was intended to be. And I want to start poking that by saying, when you look at Hollywood, all of those who are viewing online, when you look at Hollywood has proven to have a great lack of fulfillment. Yet still, the entire world looks at Hollywood to pattern our lifestyles after. And if you peer into the lives of persons in Hollywood, you look at Will Smith, who kept up a facade in his marriage for so many years. Will and Jada, you look at many different persons who overdose themselves, who drug themselves, who kill themselves, commit suicide. You have Robin Williams, you have all the Whitney Houston, the Michael Jacksons, who couldn't sleep, insomnia. These things are crazy. And these are things that our young people and we sometimes look and we think this is fulfillment. Let's go after that.
I mean, you don't want to look at the negative side of it, but you see in all the accolades, you see in the money, the wealth, the all of the nice things that comes along with the lifestyle without looking at the negative implications of it. So it's really a one-sided perspective that we take and we want to pattern. But trust me, as sometimes persons would say, nothing for nothing and something for something. What's on the altar of sacrifice to get to achieve that kind of lifestyle?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't think about Karina going in a kissing scene or some intimate scene and me being okay with that. Come on, Karina, you'll have to turn on that $20 million. So it erodes intimacy in marriage. Marriage was never intended to be that sort of a relationship. The commitment to work and the type of work hours and just the concept of marriage in general is flawed. In Hollywood. The Bible tells us very clearly and very succinctly, love not the world, neither the things of this world. If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. The Bible tells us, in order to love, you have to know God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. All right. God imparts love on us. He teaches us how to love. And when we disconnect ourselves from God, it's difficult for us to understand the definition of love. It's difficult for us to practice love. And we take love from a lot of bad examples of trauma, examples of the movies, and a lot of wrong things. And we find ourselves in a pickle. And so we want to encourage those of you this evening who maybe looking at Hollywood and you're looking at those lifestyles, you're looking about getting rich and famous, you want to invest in some Bitcoin because think Bitcoin will go up, it'll make you a millionaire and that will bring you happiness and satisfaction. We just want to encourage you this evening to know that satisfaction comes in knowing Jesus. Satisfaction comes in living the life that God has planned and ordained for us. He says that two should become one. We should live together forever. And we are to complement each other and we are to perfect each other through that journey of marriage. And if we're failing to do so, we are falling short of the image of God. And definitely satisfaction, happiness, fulfillment will not be our portion.
So essentially, may I just add to, part of what Jaden is saying there, essentially, your outlook and your perspective on marriage has to be grounded in something, and that something is God's ideal or God's purpose for marriage and what he would have designed marriage to fulfill, and which is essentially to reflect his character and to perfect, his character within us, because as Pastor Horrell would always say, and someone who we look to as someone who's really, really wise, marriage was not intended to make you happy, but to make you holy. But in making you holy, now this is my part of it, happiness. In making you holy, happiness and
It's a
true
byproduct.
happiness and joy that comes from it that Hollywood cannot give is a byproduct of it. Am I saying that there are not marriages that maybe work in Hollywood? I'm not saying that.
No,
However, the
definitely not.
principle that we are espousing today is that happiness and that joy and that marital satisfaction that is found through Jesus living out the purpose that he has for us in our marital relationships.
So the encouragement is for all of us this evening. Don't look at Hollywood for the model of your marriage or happiness. Look to Jesus. Look to the Word of God. There you find the perfect model of how to be happy, how to be fulfilled, how to be satisfied in life. Hollywood is trying to rewrite the narratives. The world, through the media, is trying to rewrite all the narratives. They are trying to redefine marriage from thruples to polygamy, polyamory, and LGBT. They're trying to redefine it. But God's way will always be the best way. We end by reminding you, 1 John 2, love not the world, neither the things of this world. If any man loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Have a blessed evening. Thanks for joining.
Take care.